Okay, hello. Yes, okay, I wanted to talk about this. So, when it comes to electroplating, there can be two different setup. Okay, first setup. So let's discuss on that. Let me draw. First setup will be battery comes down, then you get two electrodes, and then electrolyte. Okay, scenario A is this is a, let's say, copper. This is, let's say, iron object. This is similar to, I'll make it similar to your questions, okay? Second scenario is battery, electrode. This electrode is graphite. This electrode is iron. Okay? So as you can see, these are two different scenarios. One is we call them A, one we call them B. So let's solve for A first. For A, this is positive, this is negative. This is therefore considered as anode. So my anode is not inert, it's a copper. Assuming both, this is copper sulfate. This is also copper sulfate as well, okay? For electrolyte. So for this case, you look at it, this is considered as copper. And anode is not inert, so not platinum, not graphite. So by that logic, anode will dissolve. That means copper solid becomes copper ions. Copper 2 plus 2E. So what happens is over time, this will become smaller, become this size instead, and then copper will coat on the surface of iron. So therefore my cathode will look something like Cu2 plus 2E, and it becomes solid copper. Okay, so that is what you are normally known, or you understand it as electroplating. Okay, for the second scenario, we look at this positive, negative. This is considered as anode. Anode is made of graphite, and therefore it must be considered as inert. So what happened is, this, will it rot to become a smaller piece? Answer is no. We know that inert electron does not go through that. So we have to focus on the electrolyte. So electrolyte will become, let's break down, copper 2 plus, H plus, OH minus, SO4 2 minus. So therefore, if I continue to write on this, you have anode. Anode discharge will be, assuming this is dilute because it didn't say it's concentrated, OH will be discharged. You get 4OH, 2H2O plus O2 plus 4E. Whereas when it comes to cathode, because it will be choosing between this and this, hydrogen compared to copper is lower in reactivity. Copper will be chosen. Therefore, it will be copper 2 plus 2E forms copper. So a bunch of copper will still coat. So if you were to compare and contrast these two scenarios, you'll realize that both of them are considered as coating process, both A and B. It's just that A coating process, the coating here comes from anode dissolving and coat onto cathode. For B scenario, this coating comes from the electrolyte and has nothing to come with this one does not contribute to here. So in short, two ways to coat things. A is because anode dissolve, coat on cathode. B is because you look at anode, and anode is inert, it cannot dissolve, so therefore the coating comes from the electrolyte. Okay, anything? Send me a message and ask me about it. Thank you.